Hi everyone, this is Dr. Chhoda with Ignition Time, and in this video I'll give you the latest status of the stimulus negotiations. Now, when I look at the viewers and subscribers comments, and by the way, I really appreciate you all because our channel is growing very, very rapidly. Our channel now is the fastest growing channel on YouTube for personal finance, for politics, for current affairs, for stimulus news, for unemployment benefits. The one thing that all my viewers and subscribers say is that, we need money now. We need quick cash now because everyone's struggling, everyone's suffering. I completely understand. We need money to pay our bills. And, at the end of the day, the government needs to come through for us. Now, here's what's happening with the current state of stimulus negotiations. You'll see a tweet on your screen from Jake Sherman over at Politico. And he said Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell sounded as negative as he could on the prospects of COVID relief and getting cash, getting money over to American families. It doesn't seem like this is very promising, guys. On our channel, we'll always present you with facts and with real news, and I'm not going to give you false hope and false hype because I think we can handle the truth. And here he is on whether Congress will leave for election without a relief bill. I don't know. I hope that is not the case. Now, here's another tweet on your screen. Again, this tweet is also from Jake Sherman, and it seems like we're done on the stimulus relief front for now. And Stephen Mnuchin essentially publicly admitted it. Remember, he is the lead negotiator on the part of the administration on behalf of the White House. And Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin was speaking to Emily Gooden of the Daily Mail this morning at the White House, and he said the administration is focused on a clean stopgap funding bill. No additional policies attached. So again, this is them coming to an agreement to avoid a government shutdown, and they're going to work on the targeted GOP relief bill. Now, the targeted bill or the skinny bill, I mentioned this in previous videos. The Senate can pass it, but unless the House debates on it and votes on it, it's not going to become law because both of them have to see eye to eye. So again, by the way, I did cover the initial response from the Democrats yesterday. I'll go into a little bit more detail in this video about a more detailed response from the Democrats. But boy, oh boy, I think it's fair to say that the Democrats are having none of it and the Democrats are not going to vote on it, which means the House is not going to support the skinny bill, which also means the skinny bill has almost no chance of becoming law without the support of the Democrats in the House. That's where things stand right now. Now, there is a lot of optimism from a lot of people who expect that a stimulus bill will indeed happen, that there will be cash, there will be money given to Americans, there will be a stimulus check, there will be quick cash to Americans. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not looking very likely. Again, some more reporting from Jake Sherman over at Politico. And by the way, we always provide references to all our sources, so you'll see the tweet on the screen. And Jake Sherman says, if a shutdown is off the table and there's literally no movement for months, what would make us think that anything could change? Many in the Capitol and White House think that they'll wait another 6 weeks until the election is over and then figure it out. This means that the chatter that's going on in the halls of Congress and in the White House is, hey, you know what, let's just wait till the election is over and then we'll talk about relief. I know this sounds terrible. Let me be clear. I know this sounds terrible. If you've been following my channel and you've been seeing my body of work, I believe those who need help the most should get it. But I'm reporting the truth to you, and I know that my viewers and subscribers can handle the truth. And here's another tweet from Jake Sherman that says, Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin and Pelosi have already said a shutdown was off the table. Both sides seem to be taking delight in blaming each other, and they remain trillions of dollars apart with no talks scheduled. The White House is blaming Congress for inaction, and that's where things stand right now. As you can see, Jake Sherman's tweet, the White House doesn't mind blaming Congress for inaction. President Trump is not cutting legislative deals. According to Politico, he just talks about them. He has no relationship with Pelosi and no capital to cut a deal with her. That part is correct. President Trump and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi are not taking selfies with each other. They're not having drinks with each other and eating ice cream together. That much we know for sure. Jake Sherman also reported, and this is all accurate reporting, and I do want to give full credit to this phenomenal reporting from Politico. The Senate Republicans can barely get 51 votes for their own policy, so Republican leadership has little room to maneuver or negotiate. Democrats have dug in their heels for months and seem extraordinarily unlikely to strike a deal without some major concessions from Republicans on state and local aid and school funding. Democrats say that Republicans don't understand the magnitude of the problem and are relying on a small bill when a big one is needed. Republicans say Democrats can't take yes for an answer and are rejecting policies they support in hopes that Republicans go big after months of the Republicans saying they have no interest in going big. All of this is indeed accurate. And it's not too hard to imagine that Speaker Pelosi and Chuck Schumer suggested that the Senate GOP, the stimulus bill, the skinny bill, was going to be toast even before it was released. And by the way, I did announce this yesterday on our channel. In other words, what if Congress passes a short-term clean government funding bill before September 30th, fails to get a second stimulus bill, and goes home at the end of the month after the election? So, this is increasingly looking likely, everybody. It's increasingly looking likely that there will be no second stimulus. Now, again, I hope I'm wrong. Let me be clear. I'm a messenger, okay? I'm a messenger. So please don't freak out. Don't blame the messenger. I'm reporting what's going on in the news so you folks have the latest and the most accurate information. Now, the Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer was on CNN this morning, and he did provide some important insight about the Democrats' position in an interview on CNN this morning, and I'll give you the highlights of that interview. But here's the bottom line. The two sides are still not seeing eye to eye. Now, the reason I want my viewers and subscribers to know the facts is I want my viewers and subscribers to understand both sides of the equation. I want my viewers and subscribers to come to their own conclusion, especially since this is an election year. You play a role on the next in the selection of the next president. You play a role in the Senate, in the number of House seats that are up for re-election that are coming up in November, because many House seats, many Senate seats are up for re-election at the end of this year. And I want you to be aware of both facts so you can make an informed decision. Here's what Chuck Schumer said on CNN this morning when he was reminded about the provisions of the skinny bill, the bill that's about to be introduced by the Republicans on the floor of the Senate. Keep in mind that this bill includes an extension of the Paycheck Protection Program, $300 a week enhanced unemployment benefit, forgives $10 billion in loans for the United States Postal Service, liability protection to employers in pandemic lawsuits, and tax credits for private and home schools. Keep in mind there is no aid for states and there is no stimulus check. Here's what Senator Chuck Schumer said. He said the old bill was about $1 trillion, was skinny. This one's emaciated, because, by the way, this bill's even smaller than the previous bill. He said it's about half that. The crisis and the pain of the American people in the pandemic keeps getting greater and greater, and Republicans keep thinking smaller and smaller. And the reason is very simple. There are 20 Republicans in the Senate who want no money. So Mcconnell has had to, in a very cynical exercise, put together something that would check the box, but he left out a lot. These are words of Chuck Schumer. He said, at the top of the list is state and local. There are going to be hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of layoffs of people who work for state and local governments. The people who drive the buses, pick up the garbage, fight the fires. They're not getting any money. Because of all these right-wing ideologies, they wouldn't even let them use the money they already got that we put in the previous bill against the resistance of Republicans for lost revenues. There's no money to feed children who can't get food. There's no money to help people who are evicted from their houses. There's no money for our restaurants, our public spaces that need help, for the travel industry, for the airlines. There's no money for any of them. There's no money for broadband. Rural areas are clamoring for broadband. They cannot teach the kids. And so there are many things that are not in this bill that are missing. Our bill has money for the unemployed, has real money for education. Even the educational provision is warped. More than half the money forces schools to open. Even if they only get the money, and they only get the money if they open, they don't leave the decision like we did in the previous bill to the schools. There's no money for our hospitals and nursing homes, which desperately need rural hospitals in particular. So the list is long. Our bill, and he's referring to the HEROES Act, Chuck Schumer, meets the needs of the American people. Their bill meets the needs of a few people with certain ideologies who don't want to vote for anything. But they're feeling such pressure from the public that they have to come to the floor. Mitch McConnell seems to be the head of the Department of Cynicism. A cynical act because he knows it won't pass. It won't pass. So when he was specifically asked, Chuck Schumer, about the larger relief bill that they passed, the Democrats passed, here's what Schumer said. He said the bill that we have not only does more for the unemployed with a more robust bill, but deals with many other issues. Why don't they do our bill, or at least do what Speaker Pelosi and I said, which is meet us in the middle? They keep moving backwards and they know their bill cannot pass. In addition, if you ever want to guess what McConnell's intentions are, he put poison pills in this bill that he knows the Democrats will never buy. Now, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has certain provisions in the skinny bill that the Democrats will never accept, according to Chuck Schumer. He said, let's look at the last three bills. McConnell engaged in the same cynical game. He put a very weak bill on the floor. He challenged Democrats, vote for our bill or you'll get nothing. We didn't vote for those three bills because they were so weak. and public pressure on Mcconnell and all those senators, particularly those running for re-election, forced them to come to the table. And the bill, the big CARES bill, was 3/4 of what we wanted. So finally he was asked, do you think there'll be any bill at all? And Chuck Schumer responded, yes, there's a good chance that they will feel the pressure once they see the Democrats are not going to fold to this emaciated bill, which leaves so much out. The pressure will mount on them as it did in just the last 3 bills. In all 3, you have the same scenario. Mcconnell said, Democrats do this or there'll be nothing. This is Chuck Schumer talking. We didn't go along with a very weak bill that does not meet the needs of the American people, and they came around. There's a good chance they will again. Now, Chuck Schumer thinks there's a good chance that everybody could be back for a second stimulus bill. But based on all the trends we're seeing, I think people are starting to lose hope in DC. You saw the comment from Stephen Mnuchin, despite the optimism from Mark Meadows the other day. It doesn't seem very optimistic right now. He said, again, their members are going home and hearing from Republican mayors, Republican governors, Republican hotel owners, Republican restaurant owners, do something, want them to do something to help them. Their bill does not. Now, if you want your voice to be heard, I did do another video where I provided my viewers and subscribers with a letter that you can send to your local lawmakers, senators, and congressmen, congresswomen. So make sure you use that letter. Let me know what you think below. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. I have the fortune, the honor, the privilege of living the American dream. Definitely check out my introductory video on our channel. I want to help you lead your American dream because I'm the beneficiary of American exceptionalism and of the generosity that exists in our country. I will help you lead your American dream. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. So please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications so you get instant updates from us going forward. Now, sometimes YouTube does not send out notifications. So make sure you bookmark youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time so that you can come to our channel and you can watch the videos whenever you want. You don't have to be dependent on the YouTube notifications. Follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. Follow us on Instagram because we release fun and engaging content on Instagram specifically for our followers. Now, you can also get on our SMS alerts list. Get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000. So you can get on our SMS list and you can opt out of our SMS at any time. Also, you can get on our email list. Go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts. And you can get on our email list. You can opt out of our SMS list or our email list at any time. Once again, my name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications because it helps out the YouTube algorithm. It motivates me and my team because we work hard, we work overtime to bring you this information in real time. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Thanks. Bye.